Let's go. New RPG. Let's fucking go. Begin the adventure. The English voice acting I've heard is awful so far. So I'm gonna save you guys that. Actually, no. Let's give it a shot. But the trailers were awful, like really bad. Yo, Meg, what's cracking? Happy Halloween Eve. How you doing? Oh, what? Camera. Why? Why does it show inverted as a potential option, but then not let me switch? Okay. Alright. It keeps... Okay, it's locked to that. Strange. Frig, your internet is bad. Are you sure it's not mine? Yeah, I'm not dropping frames this time, but I have been a lot lately. Brand new RPG. Oh, I'm so excited to get into this. I've been waiting all year for this one. All year. We'll go hard. Let's add footholds. Sure. Okay. You're in Oblivion? You're playing Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion?
At the moment of birth, each of us is as free as a bird, with not a single restraint tying us down. But with age come the varied shackles that bind.
Would it be cheaper if he was sober?
Our wings,
or it's probably cheaper because he's drunk.
Feather. In time, we long for a return to the freedom we once knew. But the truth is...
Gotcha. Burning trees.
We can return to those days.
What'd they do to you?
Whenever we so choose.
What's that in Bitcoin? Ah, fun. Did you guys get some windy weather? Or is that just par for the course?
Ah, is this weather perfect or what?
Oh, it's perfect.
Brisk ocean breeze, the wide open sea. Smells like a new journey on our horizon. I gotta say,
new
glad
journey
I took
smells.
you up on your offer, Adel. Being stranded on Asteria for so long was really
I don't think so, Days. You're fine, buddy. It's not much more in Bitcoin than 400 USD would be. Yeah, we
I'm
like
glad
it.
I asked you to come.
Same. This has me even
his
more
voice
pumped than
acting's
all the
not
way
good.
back when I first left my hometown. It's been a wild ride since then, but that doesn't make me any less grateful to you. I can hardly remember the last time I felt this chipper.
Adel, Dogi. So this is where you two were. I never dared dream I'd get to see the actual ocean in person.
Whoremouth trades.
Even now, it's difficult to believe a vessel this large is capable of floating upon its waves.
I think she was a
What manner
sailor.
of sorcery is this?
I guess this is all one big culture shock for someone born and raised on Ys. Dr. Flare here is even giddier than me.
That I am. In my view, being on the surface instead of above it is a miracle in itself. To say nothing of the unprecedented chance it's given me to search for the original strain of Celcetan flower.
Celcetan flower? That's the name of a type of medicinal herb, right? It's native to the Great Forest on the Gallia-Hispani border or something.
Nah.
Indeed it is.
Those are
I
lies,
couldn't very
Meg.
well rest on my heels after hearing that's where you two were headed. The prospect
Okay,
of
maybe
seeing
not.
it in its natural habitat was ample reason to climb aboard.
Your get-up and go could put even Adel to shame. But be sure to mind your health, okay? At the rate you're going, you'll end up fainting in sheer bliss the second you stumble onto those flowers.
Well, frankly speaking, that scenario is all but guaranteed.
Well, we won't be arriving in Celceta for a long while yet. Might as well kick back a bit and enjoy the ride for now, don't you think?
So this takes place in between East 2 and 3, it seems like, in the timeline. They're on their way to Celceta. Whoa! He's got some hops. All clear to the south-southwest side. Nothing sadder than all-day lookout duty. Do you suppose we're in Gillian waters yet? Or Glean waters yet? I hear they've been rife with pirates. Did you and your friends come aboard at the harbor in Promaloc? Rumors spoke of a mysterious island in its vicinity, blocked off by a never-ending storm. When we made port there, the seas were as calm as could be. Perhaps it was just an unusually sunny day. The weather is quite a whimsical thing. I know I'm a bit too far along on my years to be getting this excited, but life since that day my homeland of East descended to the ground has been like a never-ending dream. Every single thing my eyes come across looks so fresh and beautiful, has me feeling as though I were a child again. Suppose this serves as my own adventure, doesn't it? I'll do whatever it takes to see it through. Shining sun and clear blue skies as far as the eye can see. Couldn't ask for better sailing weather. You told me back when we first met that I'd be setting out on a trip with you like this. I'd have said you were full of it. And now we're Celceta bound. Wonder what we'll find there. I don't have to sound so enthusiastic about that. Well, whatever happens, I doubt we'll be bored. I don't think Dogi's our party member in this one. I think he's just here at the beginning. Family and I are on a pilgrimage. Lucky for us, this ship is nice, and it's such an affordable fares, too. Looking to strike it rich in Celceta, too. 3 cheers for the gold rush. This is our 3rd voyage on this new route. I just hope we've slipped through the cracks by now. A tricky current runs through this region, you see. No need to concern yourself. These passengers don't have a care in the world. Can't wait to get back to port and have a drink. There's a real sailor. This man seems to be the ship's captain. Now might be a good chance to strike up a conversation.
Ah, a passenger. Having a pleasant voyage, I hope? You appear to be a seasoned traveler for a boy your age.
You can just tell.
So my hunch was correct. This may be no surprise to you then, but we have some extraordinary sights coming up shortly.
This does feel a lot like the beginning of East 8.
Oh?
Woo!
What's
Having a
that
drink
over
right
there?
now! You've already landed on shore.
Mountains? No, wait. I think those are islands.
Attention all passengers. I am your captain, Victor LaSalle. Allow me to express my gratitude to you for sailing with us on the Adamas today.
Did you play any of the East games, Meg? You heard of this series?
If you look to our left-hand side, you'll find Obelia Gulf, famous for its sprawling archipelago.
They're pretty damn good. I've been getting really deep into these. The original 2 East games were on TurboGrafx in the West, and then they released on DS eventually here. But the first one you probably would have had the opportunity to play is East 3 on the Super Nintendo. Not that great. The series really didn't get great, I don't think, until East 5, which is the only one that's never been officially translated to English. But these are all really awesome action RPGs, and East 3 just got remade, and that's coming out in March. So I'm really excited to finally play that in a form that's not atrocious to play. The Super Nintendo one's not good. Wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. But East 8 is one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I know you're not super fond of the dual analog stick stuff, but I'd almost want to throw that one on your list just because it's not too heavy on that. It's a lot more about mashy, but not like fast mashy. You're just pressing the attack button a lot. The story's great. The graphics are amazing. If you can find it, definitely give East 8 a shot. It's my favorite one of the series, by a long shot. Likes press X. Yeah, I think East 8 is on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox, Switch, even PS Vita, I think was its original system. Should be a way for you to play it, though. Somehow.
This current bout of clear weather lets us see the myriad patches of land, both large and small, that populate these waters. It will be quite some time yet before the ship arrives at our destination.
I don't think we're going to make it there.
So until then, we invite you to bask in this scenic tapestry of blue seas and beauteous islands.
Flatly.
Understood.
Flatly back.
Let's make haste.
I'm not totally against it. That's the thing is with digital games those days, I have a hard time buying something I can't get a physical copy
what a
of.
magnificent sight.
But if I had people to play with, I'm not necessarily against doing a first-person shooter again. It's just been a long time, man. I mean, the last Black Ops I played was Black Ops 2. That's how fucking long it's been for me. The last FPS, basically, I played heavily was that. I played like a little bit of Ghosts, which was awful. I don't know, I've kind of just gotten out of the competitive stuff. Doesn't mean I hate it. I still enjoy watching that kind of stuff. But I haven't had a good group of friends to play that shit with. Florida motherfuckers trying to get me to play Fortnite, and I'm just like, nah. First-person shooters are the anal love beads of Hades. That's a way to say it. But to wrap up my praise of East 8, the one thing I'll say about it, I think that attracted me so much to it after like getting into it, is it really, I think, more than almost any other RPG I've ever played, really nailed the feeling of you being on an adventure. And it kept ramping up. The whole experience just kept getting better and better and better until the end. Very, very good game. Okay, well, in that case, fuck first-person shooters, right? I'm gonna read the room and adjust my opinions accordingly. That's why Florida has orders not to read my messages.
Obelia Golf, huh? Sure doesn't disappoint. That reminds me, Adel. You said you were looking for a Western archipelago before you came to Asteria, right?
Yeah, he is. Both Floridas are awesome.
There any chance this might be... Whoa!
Iceberg.
A little close for comfort, don't you think? How's a guy supposed to take in the sights like this?
I don't think we're making it to Salsetta. Because that's
Adel.
East 3. All the games take place on like a continuous timeline too. Like they're dotted it back and forth
Men,
specific spots.
prepare to hunt.
like
Behold
it
thy
jumps
foes
timeline
with
back and
steady
forth.
hearts.
But
Fear not thy fate,
You
for
always
life and
play
death
as
are the
Adol.
deities to decide. Those who fall with valor shall be ushered into their divine kingdom.
ooh,
Now, shout forth the name of our God!
get those guests fed. That does sound yummy. Oh yeah, I'm here to make friends and hang out.
It can't
and
be.
Find people who like the same things I like. I'm not going to deny it'd be great to get more money, but that's, yeah, I'm here to chill. It is cool that, because 225's putting a lot of effort into it, man. I'm glad it's coming back
So
to
he
him.
did hire mercenaries.
Shield wall!
He deserves it, man. I do really hope his surgery goes well, too.
Charge!
And he gets back to being able to eat all the SpaghettiOs he wants. See you later, Meg. Thanks for saying hi.
Stay behind us, Doc.
Right. Thank you.
All right, now we get a taste of the combat, finally.
Oh? You another one of them mercs?
Bit on the puny side, ain't he? Sure you know which way to hold that thing, little fella?
Oh, God, the voice acting is really bad so far. I might
What
have
a
to switch
joke.
to Japanese.
The big lug behind him would be more worth our time.
Why else do you think? Everybody's gotta make a living one way or another.
Enough chit-chat. Let's make this quick.
All right. Right stick is to lock on. A is normal attack. Do I not? Okay, I don't think I have a dodge yet. Nice. Some air combos going on. Wow, almost died.
Damn it all!
Gotcha, man. Well, yeah, have a great rest of your night. Thanks for saying hi, dude.
Rotten punk! You're in for it now!
Hope that all goes well.
Bumbling
Drive safe.
louts. How long does it take to handle one sellsword trying to play bodyguard?
Our fault, ma'am. The kid's a lot tougher than he looks.
Oh, really? Fine then. I'll take care of him myself.
Oh, shit. This feels like a scripted fight, though. Okay, now I get to guard. Okay, L gives me the swift movement.
Done saying your prayers?
Yeah.
Messed up.
We got this. We
Done
got this.
saying your prayers? You're pretty skilled.
Okay. L is dash out, and you do have perfect guards in this one.
Whoa! Here it comes!
Whole lot of fuss for one small fry.
Try not to lose that red head of yours, kid.
Oh, I'll try. to
Princess.
not lose my head.
I must ask that you stand down. That boy appears to be no more than a passenger.
What?
We have already apprehended the captain. Right this way.
What's up, Gandy? New RPG time. Catching me in one of my happiest type of moments. Just getting into an
So
RPG I've been
those are
waiting for all
pirates.
year.
This is my first time encountering them in the flesh.
Really debating on changing this to Japanese. The voice acting in English has been awful so far, but that's
Oh boy.
only
We're in a
complaint so
real
far.
jam now.
Kind of had that feeling though from the trailers.
Captain Victor LaSalle. I thought we had an agreement.
What are you up
There's
to
a
this
toll
evening,
for
dude?
sailing these waters. And you promised never to skip out on it again.
Hold on a moment. This is the last time, I swear. Whatever you do, just let me live.
Just let me
We both already know how this goes. Any room you had to parley was forfeit the minute you put those mercenaries on your payroll.
Literally anything.
Stay your hand, boy. Those are no mere pirates.
Gotcha, dude.
They're the Balta Sea Force.
I know what that's like. Hopefully this high adventure can help. Are you familiar with the East series at all? I don't think we've talked much about, like, if you play any RPGs. I don't think I've caught you playing any RPGs. Yeah, I would say that some of them are hit or miss, but East 5, East 6, East 8 are absolute gems, man. And I'm really hoping this one follows suit. East 9 was alright, but as far as, like, the tip top of the series, yeah. 6 and 8. 8's probably the best. If I were to suggest any one to you, it'd be 8. Really high adventure, amazing active combat. You've only done Final Fantasy on stream, gotcha. Do you have any other series, like, off stream that you're, like, really into RPG-wise? Didn't you buy SMT5? Weren't you one of the people that grabbed that? Yeah, I thought I remembered that. But yeah, man, East 8, I can't recommend it enough. It's one of my favorite RPGs of all time. The old East games are very hard to get into. East 3 on Super Nintendo was the first one that you probably had access to. We did get East 1 and 2 on TurboGrafx CD here in the States, but that was it originally. And they eventually remade them for the DS, and it's alright. But East 3 is pretty awful in its original form. I'm pretty excited, though, because they are remaking that one, and that really needed it. And that's coming out in March. And I've been yakking about it all day everywhere, but man, the fact that they announced Xenoblade X getting a Switch port today blew my fucking mind. I am so excited more people are going to get to play that game. It's not just stuck on the Wii U. I think me and Windowpane are both really happy about that, but I don't know anybody else who's, like, really stoked on it. Dude, I am so excited for that. Such a good RPG. That one plays a lot more like a Western RPG, like Skyrim. It's like open world, it's more individual quest based, you have a lot more freedom of movement and choice. It's not as linear as the other Xenoblades. And you get to fly around in robots, and there's no loading screens. Like, it's the entire world. It's absolutely gigantic, dude. It's such a good game.
Guess good eats are a given when you set up town by the ocean. The stuff you get further inland just doesn't compare to fresh seafood.
Yeah, I think Joe from American Dad here is we're gonna change him. We're gonna change to Japanese, I think.
That aside, it would seem we're going to be stranded here for the time being.
Yeah. Who'd have guessed the Adamas was cruising through these waters illegally? Obviously, the captain already paid the ultimate price for that. But I hear they're even seizing his ship as compensation for all those unpaid tolls.
It leads me to wonder what the story is behind this Balta Sea Force. To their credit, they did let Adel loose after determining he was merely a passenger.
Doesn't make those lugs any less high and mighty, though. If they look like pirates and plunder like pirates.
Who wears short shorts? Are you gonna wear them on stream?
Like Normans, you mean?
All the places in
Normans,
East
you
are
say?
like loosely based on real places on Earth.
There are lawless people from the north with incredible seafaring know-how.
The Norse, the Normans.
Word is, they've looted their way not just here, but across the entire North Sea.
Basically
Raiding
Vikings.
towns, pillaging churches, kidnapping innocents. None of it is beneath a Norman.
Pretty much every East is kind of like set in a different region of actual Earth.
And the Balta Sea Force makes up just one faction among them.
Sounds like your typical pirates to me. How do they get away with it?
I was given to understand that the
Bribes.
entire region of Glia fell under Roman imperial control.
That one's not so hard to understand.
Rumor has it that not even the Empire would dare to defy the Sea Force. The Normans have had an iron-fisted grip on Obelia Gulf for ages now. Some say that it spares us from suffering under Roman rule, but they don't speak for everybody.
Hey, did you hear about what happened to the Adamas?
I did. Captain LaSalle was treading a dangerous line. He simply reaped what he sowed, if you ask me.
Won't argue with that.
Still, it's hard not to feel for the guy.
He didn't pay his taxes.
Those pirates had no right to waltz in like they owned these waters and demand a toll.
But they do own these
Why
waters.
should any of us have to play along with their made-up...
Shush! I can sympathize, but that sort of talk is best kept to yourself.
Oh, what did I do to deserve being born in Karnak, of all places?
I see what you mean.
Fucking dramatic.
Doesn't sound like they get the warmest reception around here.
As would be the case in any town, though this one does seem to have its fair share of hardship. It does have its charms, yes.
Schmoozing already
Heavy of
at all.
islands we saw from the ship, for instance,
Every
were
girl he
absolutely
sees.
breathtaking.
Oh, yes, that's true. We locals are so used to the view that it often slips our minds.
That reminds me, Missy. These islands wouldn't happen to come with any unusual myths or lore, would they? Our little group's got a special interest in that sort of thing.
We're cultists.
Is that your reason for traveling, maybe? I can't guarantee there's anything that'll live up to your expectations, but... let's see. Aha! If it's run-of-the-mill folktales you're after, I have just the one.
Really now? Do share.
Well, legends tell of what's
Dr.
known
Ric
as
Flair.
the Sea King's Throne. The throne is said to be hidden away on one of the islands here in Obelia Gulf. Supposedly, whoever finds and sits upon it will have their wishes granted.
Oh, that's some juicy stuff.
His voice acting
How
is
about it, Adel?
bad.
This do anything for you?
Well, we can't not look into it.
That's the spirit. We got plenty of time to kill, so what the hey?
Hold on a moment. It really is just a story.
Oh, what's the harm? Let them chase their dreams. That's what being young is all about.
Heck, back when I was their age,
Forgive him. He's had a few ales too many, it seems. Say that throne really exists, though. What would you wish for, Rosalind?
Huh? Me? Well, for our humble little business to prosper, of course. What else?
Whatever.
brings a tear to my eye, it does.
Renee must be proud. It's easy to see why you're Rooseveri's poster girl.
There are games that do it right, but yeah, I think that par for the course is awful. I think the group that did SMT5 did pretty well. Funny enough, the other Falcom series, the Legend of Heroes Trails games, those have had pretty consistently good English when they have English voice acting, because it's not every game that has had English voice acting. I thought SMT5 did pretty good, actually.
Makes me want to spend 3 days
Yeah,
and nights drinking this
generally,
tavern down to its
it's
last
pretty awful.
drop. And I do it all with a smile. The
Makes
more
it easier
they
to
rake
stream,
in
though,
the
when I don't have
the
to
happier Rosalind gets.
leave text on screen for long enough for everybody to read it, or try to read it all myself, and then my voice goes.
How sweet!
I think you've had quite enough for one day. Our apologies for bothering you, gentlemen.
Nah, it's all good.
What's up, JC?
Like they mentioned, my name is Rosalind. I'm the daughter of the owners.
Digging into my most anticipated RPG of this year.
The three of you are going to be lodging with us tonight.
How are you
right?
doing?
If you have any issues during your stay, anything at all, just let me know.
You gave me all I could need already.
You mean that story about the throne? You're really taken with it, aren't you?
Shit, I missed that, man. That was before my time hanging out with you. Dude, I completely disagree, JC. I think East 8's peak. I think East 8 is the very best. Followed by 6. So we can agree to disagree on that one. I did not like 9 very much. I think 9 was definitely weaker than 8. At least it's not as bad as Modern Mana. Did you play the new one? The Visions of Mana? Because that looked awesome, I thought, but I haven't really heard much about it since it came out. And I don't have a way to play it. Fair enough. I wasn't much of a fan of East 7 either. But again, I'm used to having tastes that not a lot of people agree with, man. I love Skyward Sword. I like Star Fox Zero, you know. That should give you enough ammo to mock me for a while, just those 2 games. Yeah, I'd kind of buck that and say it's always been like really bright and colorful and kind of cutesy. Legend of Mana and the first 2, they were all pretty cutesy. But I think what you might be digging at too is like how they're chibi characters. And like Trials of Mana, I thought was really good. But I had played that way back in the day. Like that was the first English translated ROM I had ever played, and when they were calling it Secret of Mana 2, like back when I was a teenager. And that's been one of my favorite RPGs for a long time. So it was great. I thought that they finally released that in English. And I thought the 3D version of it was all right, but I still prefer the Super Nintendo version for sure. But I don't know. I think Visions of Mana looked all right. So I'm interested in at least trying it out because it had a lot of the original team working on it. Seiken Densetsu 3, yes. That is what the cool kids said. Via carrier pigeon. After walking uphill both ways in the snow with a warm potato in your pocket for lunch.
Well, I'd better get back to work.
Such a capable young lady.
I take it
Reminds
you've
me
at
of
least
Lilia back home.
tried the modern East games, JC, with that. Oh, your potato is warm? Luxury. But I don't know, man. If you just looked at East 8 and were like, nah, I'd highly recommend you at least give it a shot, man. It's got to be cheap on some platform or the high seas at this point. God, I fucking love that game. I wasn't... That's the game that got me into this series, because I'd only ever played East 3 before that, and I hated it. But then I played East 8 just off of a whim, and I fucking absolutely loved it. It made me go back and buy all of the rest of them. Yeah. Well, and I was going to continue that to say that, like, you know, I like Star Fox Zero, Skyward Sword, and I love Ys 5, which is the only Ys game that doesn't have an English official translation. And everybody says it's fucking awful, but I absolutely loved it. I thought that one was great. I thought that was 10 times better than Ys 3 for being, like, on the Super Nintendo. Like, it's a good Super Nintendo RPG that we didn't get. And it still has not seen any modern reworking or even an official English release anywhere.
By the way, Adel.
6 was so good, man. Yeah, 6 and 8 are my favorites.
I know this Sea King's throne is a big deal and all, but we got some other things to take care of first if we're sticking around. The travel funds we scrounged up were only enough to get us to Salsetta.
Yeah, apparently this is placed in between East 1 and 2 and 3.
Quite right.
Like,
with that in mind, I
they're
plan
on their
to
way
pay
to
the local
Salsetta,
clinic a visit.
And they got held up with this adventure.
Upon our arrival, I noticed a flyer that said they were recruiting medical practitioners.
Well, ain't that convenient? Doesn't really solve the issue for us two, though.
Are you youngsters in need of work?
Yeah. You got any leads?
Well, both the harbor and the town militia are hiring at the moment. The docks are always short on labor.
There's always Switch
I'm
too,
certain
man.
a brawny fellow such as yourself would be a welcome addition.
Are you a fan of the Xenoblade series? I'm not sure if we've talked about that. But I am absolutely overjoyed that Xenoblade X got an announcement for Switch today. That warmed my heart so much that more people are going to get to play that game. That's such a fucking good game.
And the red-haired lad is a swordsman, no?
The dozen other people
the
who have played
militia's
it
been
other
on
than
the
me
hunt for temporary recruits.
would
I
probably
believe.
agree.
No joke? That's great.
Seems we have a few promising candidates.
Sure do. Let's get out there and follow up on them once we're done taking a load off.
Once we're done getting drunk. View stats, save, and more. Look at those stats. So much statting. Save. Why not? Okay. No save confirmation, kind of a bummer. Hate when games do that. Yeah, no, and I was not convinced that it was going to come eventually, simply because Tetsuya Takahashi himself was like, we're never bringing this game to the Switch. He said it with no uncertain terms, this isn't happening. Might have some interesting stories to share with me. So you're in your teens too. He's hitting on her already. You know, that was completely out of the blue to me. Like that was crazy to wake up and see that. I was like, oh my god. And it sounds like there will be some additional content added to it, which they might actually wrap up that ending instead of leaving us completely cliff-hung for 10 years. It's almost been fucking 10 years since that game came out. Bowl of soup with your dinner on the house. Alright. Let's get out in the world. And it doesn't come out till March, too. So, I mean, a lot of people are convinced that the Switch 2 will be out by then.
All right, you two.
The only thing that's confirmed by Nintendo during their investor meeting was that they're going to announce the next Switch by the end of this fiscal year, which would be March. So I kind of wouldn't be surprised if it also is getting a Switch 2 port, being so close to the end of the Switch's life, but fucking who knows, maybe not. I mean, the Switch never got the Twilight Princess or Wind Waker HD ports. So I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna have to buy it. I own everything Xenoblade already, so that's a fucking given.
This is where we split up for now.
Indeed. I'll be heading to the local clinic. I may just take a look around town as well, seeing as we're extending our stay.
Well, and see, that's another place that we kind of probably disagree a little bit, just because I was not a fan of any of those. I trudged through them, in my opinion. They were trudging. I didn't like how linear they were. And again, it's not that I want to say I don't think they're bad games. I was just, when I originally played through those, I was still at a point that I'm like, oh, they're gonna give us an actual Final Fantasy again at some point. They can't just keep trying to recreate the series into something it's not. And I don't know. See, again, I do think that at that point in time, Square Enix was just going to slap Final Fantasy on anything they put out to make sure that, you know, it's sold just based off the name alone, even if it didn't really feel like a Final Fantasy game. They didn't want to, like, start new IPs, which I think would have, I don't know. I think it would have made a lot of people swallow that better. But, because, yeah, they don't feel like Final Fantasy games to me, and I don't think it should just stay the same raw, basic formula. But, man, it's like, I feel the same way about the Final Fantasy VII remakes. Like, I think the people that grew up with those did want them to stay turn-based, and, like, would have probably preferred that. I don't think I'm alone there. That it's just, like, they've never been action RPGs. Why since 15 are we forcing them to be action RPGs? And I'm not against revisiting those at some point. Again, I don't think they were bad games. I just think when I originally played through them, I was at this place where I was like, I want traditional Final Fantasy. I don't like this, but... Oh my god. Oh my god, Dazed, what? Are we talking Final Fantasy? Yes. We're nerds around here. We aren't allowed to have traditional Final Fantasy anymore. All the tits must be chopped off. And all the cleavage must be gone. For the tits that aren't there anymore.
Let's aim to meet back up around dinner time then. Adel, I'm guessing you're also gonna...
Me.
Me?
Seek me.
Seek me.
Adel, you good?
You good, dog? I'm hearing voices.
A voice? I didn't hear anything. Sure it wasn't just your imagination?
Final Fantasy Magic Arena? Like Magic the Gathering? Or no? For some reason that's what I thought. Yeah, I should give the Bravely games a shot. I never did play those. So it is Magic the Gathering. Gotcha. Oh, crazy picture of Kefka poisoning the river. That's a crossover I can get behind.
There's no shortage of noises out here. Perhaps you mistook one for somebody speaking to you.
Gotcha. Do you know if it has, like, any of the original staff behind it? Like, the old Final Fantasy staff? Is that kind of why? Or is that just, like, they were tasked with trying to fill that role? Oh, and did you guys hear or see anything about Fantasian Neo Dimension? Supposedly it's the last game that Nobuo Uematsu is going to score in its entirety. And it is Mistwalker's new game, Hironobu Sakaguchi's studio. You assume it's the latter, yeah. Bravely Second isn't something anyone needs to play. They were quite expensive there for a while too, but I think they actually went down in price for 3DS. I might snag those up, especially like if I see them out at a pawn shop or something. I'll give them a shot. It's just hard for me to jump back to 3DS right now because when I'm playing RPGs, I want to share it with you guys. But
Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's time to start scoping this place out.
I eventually, like, I still occasionally do get 3DS time in. Yeah, I do remember seeing that one. Is there two? There's two Bravely Defaults, and then Bravely Second is a different game, right? Or is it just 2 games total?
You probably plan to wander the streets a bit yourself before checking in with the militia, huh, Adel? Catch you both later, then.
I guess so. Terrible voice actor. Alright. Give me some freedom of movement. Gang of drunken Normans caused another scene in front of my store. Here, Clement, you have to do something about this. Not just that. With the ridiculously high tolls they're charging, the tragedy of the Atomists will surely happen again. Bravely Second came between Bravely Default 1 and 2. Bullshit is a shitty sequel to BD1. Interesting. That doesn't seem logical. Well, we are talking Square Enix here, man. They were on a tear there of terrible names for video games too. Like, man lifts the bottle of liquor to his lips and takes a big swig. Now that's the stuff. What an asshole. Well, I mean, those were bad enough, but I honestly thought Octopath Traveler was a terrible fucking name to begin with. And then they put out 2 of the worst titled video games I think that have ever existed in Various Day Life and Triangle Strategy. I think those are the dumbest fucking names. Like, yeah, they get to the point. They tell you what the games are about, but like, it's too fucking on the nose. And it's...
We can't go through here.
And it's stupid. It's stupid. I'm just gonna say it's stupid. I didn't like how shallow the stories were in Octopath 1, and I never gave Octopath 2 a shot because I did not finish Octopath 1. Well, right. No, the game, it says nothing of the game. Like, I'm sure as a strategy RPG fan, I probably would like it. And if I see it cheap, I will get it. Because I have every other fucking RPG on the Switch almost. And it looks good, but man, that fucking name is awful. And then I do think the worst of the bunch, though, is Various Day Life. That's such a fucking dumb name for a game. Calling all Utes. A career in the Karnak militia awaits you. Rates start at 600 gold per day, depending on experience. A very generous salary. Now what?
Oh, you got a job for us?
Huh?
Scarfed young man.
Wait a second. Don't tell me. You're here to sign up for the militia, right? Never seen you around before. But I think we're about the same age.
Characters didn't even participate in each other's... Yeah, exactly. Like, it made it seem like it was all these grand connected adventures. Yeah. Yo, Leon, what's cracking, my dude? We're nerding out in here, cracking into a brand new RPG.
The name's Gren. How about you?
Hope you're having a good night, my man.
That'll, huh? Man, oh man, you've just gotta enlist. We could really use a guy like you. Wait, what's with the long face?
About the pay.
Ugh. Is that a deal breaker? It did used to be slightly better for what it's worth, but the mayor slashed our budget in order to keep the militia from being overfunded. When the Balta Sea Force says jump, he asks, how high? It's pathetic enough to drive you to tears. Oh man, our commander's not in right now, so it's not like we could have gone over the nitty-gritty anyway. He should be back tomorrow, though. So maybe swing by again around noon and hear us out. Call it a hunch, but I've got a feeling you and I are gonna be fast friends.
Not with that
Calling
voice acting.
all youths. A career in the Karnak militia awaits you.
The voice acting is pretty bad so far. I am very heavily considering changing it to Japanese. I mean, do you guys mind reading? Fuck. Not a fan of the voice acting so far. I'd go to say it's almost insufferable. I'll read at 180p on mobile. Fine, I'll keep it on for now.
This way.
Let's not go this way. Ugh. They definitely used their B team on this one. My son never even lifts a finger to help me. Sucks to be you. Whip that kid into shape, dude. Yo!
Cheesy just handed over 14 patrons of the arts.
J-Raid in it. Yo, welcome in, Banthus. Tuesday Club Ray, but it's no longer Tuesday, is it, for you, J-Sam? What's your pun word for Wednesday? Do you have one? Yo, thanks for the shout out, Candy.
One guy died.
It is Wednesday, my dude. Yo, thank you for the raid, man.
What? I thought the wall would be changing.
Where's the falling emote? Yep, there it is. There it is.
You know, when...
Yes, I do have the broken clip player too. Yes, thank you for being on that, Gandy. Welcome in, dudes. We are checking out the new East game. It just came out on Friday. I order my games from Canada now because the US dollar is very strong against the Canadian dollar. And I don't mind getting my games a few days later to save a little bit of money. I buy too many games. Yeah, we are right at the beginning of this still. We've been nerding out talking about other RPGs.
Well,
so we've kind of been slow going at this, but so far it's been good, other than the voice acting.
Is everything all right? They didn't hurt you, did they?
Sorry for calling to you out of nowhere like that. We each have a child about the same age as you. So our motherly instincts kicked in.
Really? You look kind of young to have a 20-year-old kid, but we'll just...
Honestly, who do those Balto hooligans think they are? Wreaking havoc left, right, and center. They impose an exorbitant toll on every vessel crossing Obelia Gulf, and plunder anyone who flouts it.
Were you still finishing up Yakuza, J-Sam? Did you eventually get those 20 home runs in a row today? JC, I have only played Valkyria Chronicles 4, and I fucking loved it. And I really do want to play the other ones, but 4 is the only one I've played, and yeah, dude, that's such a good game. You did get the 3,000 slot medals. But yeah, that 20 home runs seems like a fucking ridiculous challenge, man. The Yakuza games do seem to have some pretty difficult 100% requirements. Am I wrong, JC, that Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3 haven't had an English translation, or am I off base on that?
Some ships, like the Adamas, will try and make their way through without drawing attention.
You're getting there, though. What's next after Yakuza? Or are you keeping that a trade secret? They are all translated. What systems are 2 and 3 on? like officially translated and released in English, or is that like fan translation?
But when they're found out, they wind up like Captain LaSalle.
Yakuza 2, the second one. So you're going through the whole series, I take it. That's a long series to go through. I have wanted to play those. They seem like absolute fun.
That's for sure. Once you're dead, that's it. Nothing else to be done.
Ironically enough, the Balta Sea Force would have escorted them personally had he paid the toll. In that sense, they do their part to maintain order throughout the Gulf, which is why the Roman Empire turns a blind eye. When all is said and done, as long as we live here, those brigands' word is law.
There are far fewer instances of pillaging than before now.
Raw is war.
So we can only assume this is for the best. Still, it would be nice if our mayor could put his foot down every once in a while.
Wise. That's fair. That is absolutely how I used to say it before I knew. But even then, it's proper.
I pity the man. Having to deal with our complaints and the Sea Force's demands has him between a rock and a hard place.
Which wise games have you played, Jason? If any.
Well, that's what he signed up for when he took on the job.
Taking a poll to see. None. Well, fine. I was going to ask which one was your favorite, but I don't think you can answer that.
Anyway, you just be sure to stay out of their line of fire.
Okay, ladies. Thank you for your concern. I think I'll be fine. So far, none of these people have done anything for me. We're not going to talk to every breathing being at this time of the game.
I've got to say, the quality of these Spanish leather goods is
He's
on
Spanish.
a whole other level.
One might say the same of Obelian seafood. Rich flavors, firm
Rich.
to the touch. It is simply unparalleled. Rome and Hispani may be at odds right now, but I believe our transaction today has proved mutually beneficial.
To be perfectly honest, our middleman here deserves all the credit for
Yeah,
making
bro.
this deal happen.
God, okay. I almost can't take this. I almost have to switch it to Japanese.
That attire is here.
Well spotted. I am indeed a Norman. However, I find that being a tradesman suits me far better than waving an axe about.
That's good to know.
Oh.
They say Normans are first-class mariners. No doubt that expertise slots in perfectly with mercantile work.
I'm flattered to hear you say so.
What a well-mannered Norman.
It's thanks to the Balta Sea Force that we're still able to do business like this during wartime. They're the ones who make sure ships from both sides can travel these waters safely.
Native American Viking.
Not having those persnickety Roman officials around to stick their oars in has been heaven sent for us as well.
Yeah.
I very much look forward to your continued patronage.
You and me both, pal. And let's not forget to keep our friends from...
On a separate note, Romas.
To stick their oars in.
The militia recently informed me that an incident has blocked the highway out of town. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have an important negotiation to attend in that direction?
Well. It's nothing I'm not aware of. In fact, I've already asked the militia for an update on the situation. Shouldn't be long before they report back.
Seek me.
Seek me. Wake up, Link.
This way.
Come. All right.
Seek me. Right here.
Where, bitch?
Find me.
I'm in the seashell. So far, this definitely performs better on the Switch than East 9 did. And this, from what I understand, this was actually made for this with this like the Switch in mind. It wasn't like ported by a third party. Falcom directly designed this on the Switch. You can definitely tell that. Yo, what's up, Color Theory? Yes, we are East. We are getting into the new East. Yes, East. How are you doing, man? Come on. Shit, fucking leveled up. Hell yeah. CT, you old apple dumpling. Yo, Leon, thanks for the giant emote. Just, would you look at it? Oh, that's fucking wholesome. You're alive again? His wounds have been healed. He is a Jesus wolf. Yes, perfect. Perfect color theory. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Unwholesome chat.
Can you hear me?
I know this has been out for like over a year in Japan. I've been patiently awaiting the Western release.
Bestow you mana. Enough power. Defeat.
The English voice acting has been god-awful so far, though. I am right on the knife's edge to switch this into Japanese and start reading all the dialogue. You can now use skills! Fuck yes. Gotcha. Okay. R is my skill. Okay. Maybe Switch will get an official English Trails in the Sky. Switch is actually getting Trails in the Sky 1. They're remaking that for the Switch. It's coming out next year. I kind of wish they'd have just done it as a trilogy, but yes, I will be getting that as well. In fact, that's already purchased. I did pre-order that one. In hopes that they'll give us the other two on the Switch as well. Or the Switch 2, because yeah, I'm probably going to be getting that as well. I've just recently started digging into Color Theory. It's Falcom, this developer's other series. Well, I haven't had a chance to play them yet, JC. I never had a PSP, okay? And I don't want to buy them digitally on Steam. I know they're there. I don't want to do it, because then I can't taste the cartridge. Yeah, I started with Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure. Those are the only two I've played fully all the way through so far. You really don't want to taste Switch cards anyways, do you? How do you know they're real otherwise? They could be fake.
Gotcha!
I think they do, JC. I haven't tasted any of them lately. Who are you?
I'm sorry. I don't any details. My name, Leela.
Leela.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Adol.
I'm glad that they've had him do barely any voice lines, because I think Adol's voice actor is the worst so far.
Search Island. Come find.
Leela is my doggo.
Help.
What island? Where?
Go.
Ingle? England. She's in England. J-Sam, what have you done with her? The combat does feel really responsive and good so far.
To you. How very curious. As for this mana you mentioned, can we assume it's some form of magic?
Oh, maybe.
You sure? Not that we can even tell one way or the other.
Tear open all the seagulls. Got it.
That wolf you fought that just wouldn't die has me hung up too. I talked up a storm with the guys down at the docks, but none of them mentioned anything close to that.
It may well be that something is actively unfolding as we speak.
The Balta Sea Force, Mana, an undead wolf, and a girl named Leela.
Leela.
Doesn't seem to tie in with that Sea King's throne we heard about earlier, either. It's just mystery after mystery around here. You know what that means.
I guess Celsa will have to wait.
That's one way to put it. Sorry to hold you up like this, Dr. Flair.
Oh, not at all.
Dr.
It was
Rick
you who
Flair.
allowed me to come along for the ride to begin with. Besides, I can tell Adel has no intention of leaving for Celceta as long as something's afoot.
Afoot?
Nothing like a little intrigue to spice up a trip. Finding that girl's gonna be a tall order, though.
The fuck up,
This
Dougie.
Gulf's got more islands than you can shake a stick at.
The first step is to gather information. You'll also be in need of a ship.
I'll put my new job down at the harbor to use and poke around for some intel.
As for myself, the Azrat Clinic has hired me on as a temporary physician. I'll see if I can't find someone in town who's willing to lend us a hand.
Sounds like a plan.
You do
Let's
that.
kick things.
I just want to skip all of Dougie's dialogue. His voice actor is not great either. It sounds like a bad impersonation of Joe from Family Guy. Two moons. Full moonage. Two moons, two lunars. I'm assuming you heard that they're remastering those as well. And the nice thing is that you're able to play it in the old school graphics with the old soundtrack, or choose the remastered look to it with the new music. I think that is spectacular that they are putting both options on there. Oh, Adol. Going out for a bit. Glad I caught you. Front desk received a letter with your name on it. Thought I was a little weird myself. You only wound up here because of the incident on the Optimus, and that was all pure coincidence. Sealed letters addressed to Adol. Tore the seal open. I'll be waiting at the town beach. That's all they wrote? There's no sender listed either. You don't suppose it's just a prank? We'll go check it out. Our tables could use fresh decorations, so I'm off to pick some flowers. Inside town, is that safe? Yes, it's right off a well-traveled road, so I'll be okay. You take care too, Adol. He's falling for her already. Hopefully they do better than Lunar Legend and Silver Star Harmony, yeah. It's going to give us the option to play them like they originally were, so I think that in itself is already doing better. Yeah, not like I've needed a reason to replay those. I've thought about that for a long time. Replaying those. Did you ever play the Ark the Lad games? Like the good ones, the PS1 ones? Yeah, damn good game. I would really like to replay those someday as well. Too many RPGs, too little time, man. I'm already kind of like dreading replaying Xenoblade X, man. It's gonna be so hard to not put another 400 fucking hours in that game. They're worthy, Color Theory, and I absolutely do agree with JC on that one. Arc 2 is the best of them. They're so good. Are you my mystery pen pal?
Didn't think you'd show up alone. There's something I need to double check. You're probably full of questions, but I'm in no mood to explain. Just think of this as us picking up where we left off yesterday.
And don't question why I look 18 but sound 45.
So you do know of it.
Enemies will perform a power attack after emitting a red warning aura. Note that power attacks cannot be defended against through regular guarding or evasion.
I won't hold back this time. Who's B?
Ow. Yeah, I do like the timed evade attacks. Ow. When I can actually land them. Did they release? Yeah, they must be the Japanese release that you're talking about. Because here in the States, we got the first 3 as a bundle, and that's the only way they were released here.
Power of mana. How'd you get your hands on it? You didn't use it back on the Adamas.
The secret
I can
seashell.
say that much.
If I remember, part 1's pretty damn short, isn't it, JC?
Leela? Never heard of her. Mana, on the other hand, is my people's concept of a formless power. Imbued in a sword, it brings forth victory. Imbued in a vessel, it grants safe passage. Only those chosen by the All-Father Har are able to wield it.
They're really leaning into the Viking stuff. It's great.
Out of the Sea Force, that list starts and ends with me and my old man.
Yeah, pretty short for an SRPG. And it was basic, but it was still really enjoyable, I thought. Product of its time, but it didn't age poorly.
And just why should I tell a louse like you? Blood and thunder.
Yeah, throw that in. Throw that in, Color Theory. Do it. Dare you.
Grieger.
Grieger!
Hardly. Most times they skulk around out of sight.
Blood and thunder.
Put a Grieger down with just any old weapon, and it'll rise back up again and again, wounds fully healed.
Gotta use mana.
Is the only thing that can slay him for good.
Mana.
Well, aren't we popular?
That's a lot of them. At that moment, Adol and the girl felt a strange sensation come over them, as though they each knew exactly how the other was planning to act. Their intentions flowed effortlessly between them, conveying their every move without a word.
What was that just now?
Symbiosis. We've become one. Duo mode. Hold ZR to enter duo mode, during which you can press A to perform joint attacks. Not attacking while in dual mode will place you in duo guard stance, letting you automatically defend. Okay.
Form up!
Oh, nice. That actually does feel pretty good. I was wondering how that was gonna feel.
What in hell did you just do to us?
Hell with one L. It's different and less serious.
It couldn't be. Nothing like this has ever happened with me and my old man.
You have to ditch your old man. I'm your
Now
new
I have a
man.
good grasp on what I was sent to investigate. We're finished here. So long.
Will I see you again?
Huh? And why should that matter? I'm a Norman. A pirate. One false move, and you might be my next kill. Can't handle that? Then pack your bags and see yourself out of Obelia Gulf.
Cold-blooded.
Son of a...
Perfect. No, we're tied together now. We are bound.
Handcuffs? Made of mana? You! What did you pull this time? Don't exactly see a keyhole anywhere. It's stuck tight! Hey, quit gawking and help! This spells trouble for us in more ways than you can count. Either we get these off, or I'm sending you back with one less hand.
Oh,
Got
Jesus. Adol and Karja then attempted to use their mana abilities to free themselves. Ultimately, however, the mysterious shackles refused to come off, leaving them at a loss of what to do next. Chop off his arm, right? Isn't that what you said you were going to do?
No luck. Might well be a curse of some kind. I hate to say it, but my old man's probably the only person we can turn to at this point. He knows more about mana than I do. Whether he'll actually hear us out is a separate
You're
matter.
not leaving, you're staying, Kev. You know the rules.
What a mess. They call you Adol, right? We'll
They
have
do.
to stick together for a while. Unless you fancy me lopping you off at the wrist. Huh. Nothing phases you, does it?
I hate these rules.
My name's Karja. Karja Balta.
Yeah, that's one I've never played. I have heard of it, though, JC.
Daughter of Grimson Balta, Jarl of the
I think
Balta
I've seen some video
Seaforce.
of it, too. But I don't... Yeah, I know I haven't played it. In fact, I need to look something up. Don't tell me those are both on that screen. Hi. Yeah, before you suggest it, before I... Wow. Nope, you ain't leaving after that. Now you've got to stay even longer. Koei published that one, huh? I think I've never actually even seen that in person, a physical copy. And it's sitting right around $100. I have to do a little bit more investigation before I decide to seek that one down and actually plop the money on it. Nope, that was you. Admit it.
I thought you'd already realized. Well, no time to waste. I'm off to report in at the Balta Sea Force's command post. It's over by the harbor, so don't fall behind.
Don't have much of a choice. Karja has joined the party. Yeah, the name has definitely in my my memory banks. I've definitely heard of it, but I know nothing about it.
Don't stray too far. Taken enough tumbles for my liking. Wonder if Gunnar knows anything about this. Ugh.
It's not safe here. Bullshit. Totally safe here, Rocket Kid. It's a safe space, okay? Is Pirate Princess your nickname? No, color theory, they shouldn't. That's it's a good story, Kev. The time we wound up executing several rival pirates right in front of the townsfolk. They've acted like this toward me ever since. Enough of that, let's hurry over to the command post. My chaperone will get on my case for late, and rather not deal with this any longer than I have to. She has a chaperone? She sounds like she's 40. Why does she have a chaperone?
Hey, Princess. Back already?
Who's your +1?
Is Gunnar in? I have a report to make.
Yeah, I'll go get him for you.
Not every day you see the princess bring in someone from the straight and narrow. You her little boy toy now, or what?
What the fuck is up with the pinky? Pinky's out. Yeah, that's the universal boy toy symbol. Oh, really? Like, you're not joking? Wow. Like, so they use it as a way to, like, mock somebody, kind of like middle fingering somebody, but, like, you're a boy toy? Probably something to do with butt stuff.
Wait,
you know
for
it.
real? Didn't realize you were her type.
Think of it like being wrapped around your little finger. Okay, gotcha.
Actually, now that I think about it, wasn't that swordsman she threw
But
down
less
with on the Adamas
one way.
also?
Gotcha. Wrapped around each other's fingers?
Hey, what are you whispering to him about?
Just making small talk.
I swear.
What seems to be the trouble, Princess?
Whipped each other. Oh no, he's mocking me for being with a woman.
Gunnar, how many times do I have to tell you to quit calling me that?
Oh? Who might this boy be?
My new boy toy.
He's the swordsman Grimson told me to look into.
A request from the Jarl. Ah, now I remember. He was a passenger on the Adamas.
Karja relayed everything that occurred on the beach to Gunnar.
I see. So we have here not only a mana wielder, but a pair of mystical shackles. What's more, the latter has rendered you unable to separate from the former.
Next, you're gonna tell me you're not a virgin. What a loser.
That better not be a smirk I see.
My son came about due to immaculate conception, okay? No sex was had.
Not at all. This isn't humorous in the least. It is, however, exceptionally unusual. Only the Jarl can make the final call here. Unfortunately, he is currently out at sea on an expedition. We do not expect him back until tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Sounds like a good time, Kev.
And just what am I supposed to do until then?
Who is your prom date? The word Jarl just makes you think of Skyrim, that's fair. Gas station pizza for everyone, just stay away from the burritos.
With all due respect, Princess, I must ask that you spend the remainder of your day here in Karnak.
What? But why?
Any gas station food every now and then, it's got to be good for the immune system as long as you don't have too much of it. Because like trains it up.
It wouldn't do to have a non-shield brother accompanying us, for one thing. This may even be to your benefit from a certain perspective. What better chance to familiarize yourself with how those under our rule live and think? I believe you're at an age now where such matters ought to be considered.
Fair.
Give me all your 3-day-old tuna mayo.
Not to mention, it is possible for this turn of events to be grossly misconstrued.
I have things I want to use it for.
In what way?
There are those who would be only too pleased to regard this as a scandalous affair on your part. We have no need to voluntarily provide them with issues to raise at the Thingstead.
Thingstead?
All right already. I get the message.
It's for immunity.
Adel, was it? My apologies for giving you a fright on the Adamas. I am Gunnar, War Chief of the Baltus Sea Force. I'm recalling you correctly then. Your battles aboard the Adamas were very impressive. No doubt you have many thoughts on this subject, but collaboration is a must if you want any hope of resolving this. We Normans have our ways, some of which may run counter to your own.
I ain't got no problem with it.
Nevertheless, I would ask that you work in concert with her and us until we manage to set you two free. Good. I appreciate the understanding. I will notify you as soon as the Jarl returns, Princess. Until then, travel with Adel and mind what he says.
Don't you have that backwards, Gunnar? Why are you so trusting of him anyway?
That you feel the need to ask is all the more reason to make use of this opportunity. The boy is, if nothing else, accustomed to travel. I expect he will be very accommodating. I had best return to my duties. Take care. I leave the rest to you, Adel.
I see some pretty funny situations coming up if we can't get them separated. Someone needs to take a shit. What do we do then? That better be one of the scenarios. Spend the rest of my day in Karnak, eh? I admit it's true, I'll never had the chance to before. Turns out your crew has some good eggs. Referring to Gunnar? And hold on, why does it feel like you're talking down at me all of a sudden? The pirate princess? Run away! One person uses the bowl, the other uses the upper deck. Oh, I know this one. Two of us are moving as one for now. Promise to meet with the local militia. What, do you plan on lending them a hand? I'm tagging along. Well, Gunnar made it pretty clear that I have to. My personal preferences don't make much of a difference. Eep. Not only does the pirate princess stick out like a sore thumb, the sight of her frightens the townsfolk out of their wits. Maybe taking Karzra straight to the militia's headquarters isn't the best idea. Excuse me. What, you got a problem? Spit it out. get you some new clothes. Huh? What are you, daft in the head? So what if I fought a few wolves? I barely came out any dirtier for it. Besides, where would you even find a new outfit for me to change into? True enough, it's hard to think of someone who'd be willing to help out a Norman. So many racists in this town. At all? Have you already stopped by the militia? Just on my way back from a house call myself. Say, aren't you that girl from the Adamas? I've seen the two of you are in a pinch. May I ask what the issue is? Adol told Dr. Ric Flair about everything that had happened. Haha, it certainly didn't take long for you to get into the thick of things. That said, I do have someone in mind who might be of assistance. Would be okay with helping her? I don't believe you have anything to worry about. Her line of work requires a degree of neutrality. Let us be off at once, then, shall we? She's right over at the Azrid Clinic. I bet her hairline starts at the top of her helmet. Classic 8-head. Oops. That would be fucking hilarious.
So, this is the Azrad Clinic. Some of our crew's been treated here. They do a good job, as far as I can tell.
Who is it? I'll be there in just a moment. Oh, Dr. Flair. Welcome back. Sorry again for putting you up to that house call. It should have been my father checking in with Mr. Evelees.
Now, don't give it another thought. Actually, I stopped by to ask a rather, shall we say, convoluted favor of you, Mirabelle.
Why, of course. What is it?
These two are
Would it
bound.
happen to have anything to do with the local celebrity standing behind you?
Yes, she is the crux of the matter, in fact.
Gave Mirabelle a bare-bones rundown on the situation. They then requested help with procuring Cargus some less conspicuous attire to wear around town. What did you call me?
Well, I can certainly see why that'd be a problem.
The crux of the biscuit.
It just so happens that we've been collecting used clothing as part of our volunteer efforts. There might be something in there that'll fit you, Princess. Is something the matter?
No, it's just... You don't seem to be all that afraid of me.
Our clinic has a policy of helping all those who are sick, injured, or otherwise in need. That goes for everyone, be they a Roman, a Spaniard, or Norman. And besides, in your case, I would be more than happy to help.
At least there's one non-bigot in town.
Give me just a moment, please. There we are. Alrighty, step right in.
I still don't see the problem with what I'm in now.
This goes on the outside. You just put it on, like so.
Hold it! I am a Norman warrior. How am I meant to keep an even keel in that flimsy getup?
Oh shit, what'd they put her in?
There's no need for that. Mirabelle can handle this just fine. Let's wait and see how things turn out.
He's interested too.
You may be right that these clothes aren't as sturdy in comparison, but odd as it sounds, the right apparel at the right time and place can hold more power than you realize. Much like your mana, in fact.
Huh?
Clothing that suits the occasion can do wonders for your courage and confidence.
I mean, I get that they're willing to help anyone because they're doctors, but also, they're doctors, not trailers.
For example, donning this nurse uniform
I'm a
fills me with
doctor,
pride
not a
and
trailer
peace of
man.
mind. The outfit you're currently in has a similar effect on you, doesn't it, Princess?
I didn't understand where you were going with that. Thank you for clarifying. It's your phone fucking you up again. Fingers too fat.
You've been told to spend the entirety of today here in Karnak.
That makes more sense.
I'm positive the memories these garments hold will give you the strength to do just that.
Don't tailors who fix something, can't you say they're doctoring the clothing? Like, I know that's a stretch, isn't it?
What one wears during life's biggest moments can serve as a memory in and of itself.
They're clothing.
So that's how you people see it.
Clothing doctors?
Fine then. One change of clothes won't kill me. Your words won me over. Even if that bit about memories went over my head.
I knew you'd come around.
See? What did I say? Frankly, she may be a great deal more affable than we or the townspeople give her credit for. As for Mirabelle, I hear she has a knack for getting all the children to drink their medicine, no matter how bitter.
Dun da da da! The time has come for the grand reveal! From fearsome pirate princess to cute as a button, I present to you, Karja!
That's still a warrior outfit.
You call this
not look
cute? Drafty, more like.
Not as big of a forehead as we were hoping for. That still doesn't look like the townsfolk's gear. Okay, we'll be a little less creepy.
Huh? Oh, right. Apparently my helmet didn't fit the ensemble. Actually, now that I'm wearing it, this is a lot more mobility than I thought it would.
She actually looked less unpleasant with the horned helmet.
Consider me astounded. You're a miracle worker, Mirabelle.
Not even I thought it would go this well.
On that note, it's nearly time for you two to meet with the militia, isn't it? You should probably be on your way, Adel.
Changing outfits unlocked. Okay, a lot of menus to get used to. Loading times aren't terrible.
Sea breeze feels better than ever. Thanks to this game. Don't think that means I'm giddy about it, though. If I catch you leering, you're dead. Why is the militia all gathered up like that?
What is there to leer at?
Just hurry up and finish whatever it is you need to do.
Thank you for the GGs, Kevin.
And you're absolutely sure they were dead?
Appreciate the support, as always.
No doubt about it, sir. We dealt the fatal blows ourselves. It all happened so quickly. We looked away for only a second when...
Adel! You showed up, just like you said you would.
Wait, who's the girl?
Oh yeah? Does that mean she's gonna be joining the militia too?
Huh? Why would I ever do that?
So, no, huh? Anyway, thanks for making the trip over and all, but we're actually pretty swamped at the moment. Yep, we've got our whole roster here. Some pedestrians were attacked by a pack of wolves on the highway outside town this morning. Our guys from the militia made sure to stamp them out for good. But the minute they took their eyes off the bodies, the whole bunch of them disappeared.
Graphical limitations.
Maybe a bear came by and snatched up its next few meals?
Whisking that many dead wolves away in the few moments no one was looking? Sounds kind of far-fetched. The most likely answer is that they were never actually finished off. But I don't know.
Isn't that man...
So it's possible these wolves escaped with their injuries and are still lurking along the road. Yet despite that, the blockade was lifted, allowing several civilians to exit onto the highway.
Oh, shit.
Do I have that correct, Commander Gulliver?
That's about the long and short of it, yeah. But no matter how you spin it, there's just too much about this case that doesn't add up.
That's unusually glib coming from you. I understand the desire to stick up for your men. But remember whose shoulders the blame falls on should the worst occur. Now get moving. There are travelers on that highway who need protecting. Our citizens included.
Hey! I've just about had it with your selective hearing. Commander Gulliver and the rest of the militia made every effort to kill those wolves and keep the roads blocked. But there's only so much we can do when we're constantly understaffed. The whole squad's exhausted. Each of us barely gets any time off. And it's all because you caved into the Normans and slashed our budget!
That's enough, Grin.
But, Commander!
The mayor's right. Keeping the people safe is what matters most right now. We're in a race against time. I'm going to need every able-bodied member on deck.
Yes, sir!
My men and I will move out straight away, Mayor Clement. We'll report back as soon as we can.
See that you do.
All right! Let's get this show on the road!
Sorry, Adel. Duty's calling. If you're still interested in signing up. Great. Catch you then.
Oh shit. I need to go save Rosalind.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Probably not. Don't tell me you're bent on helping.
Yes.
Have it your way. So the militia headed for the Hagen Highway, huh? We can get there by circling back past the clinic. You want to follow him? Then hurry it up.
So demanding. So far, a bit of a slower opening. I mean, now that we have the settings set, I'm hoping that the action picks up. East 8 was really good for that. Like, it had a bit of a... little bit of a slow opening, but then it just immediately kicked into gear and did not look back. Upon approaching the stone steel, warm mana settles over Adel. This is a hewn stone. Mana wielders can use them to recover their strength. Should turn here if we're in a pinch. Nice.
Let's catch our breath. What's this?
Go time, Karja! Not done yet! Form up!
Level up. Fuck yeah. We got one of those things, whatever it was. Okay.
I don't believe it. Every time we knock one down, it just gets back up again.
Look away for 3 seconds and you're back to killing dogs.
Commander,
they're evil dogs,
what the
okay?
hell are we dealing with here?
Young Falcon must love cats.
Couldn't tell you, but I've got a pretty good idea of why all that carrion went missing now.
Well, you'll see that in the Trails games too. They absolutely do love cats.
Damn it all!
But they also do love doggos. Just
Adel?
not evil ones.
No! You need to fall back! These things can't be...
Behold the power of mana.
No way!
What in the world is going on here? Mana, you say?
Look at this seashell.
I did hear that a handful of Normans had mysterious powers at their disposal.
And you're saying that seashell there gave you the ability to use them?
That's ridiculous. You can't expect us to actually believe this.
One of the main characters in Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure is an awesome doggo.
And knee slide! God Almighty, Leela Almighty, Adel Almighty! I beseech thee, grant me thy strength! Oh, crap. No.
Not a speck of shame in this one.
Well, Commander, now that we know the whole story, let's ask Adel and his lady friend to save the townsfolk in our place.
What? Come off it, Gren. These two aren't part of the militia. Heck,
The mayor chewed us out enough when you first joined up. Imagine how he'd react to this.
Well, I'm not hearing any other bright ideas. We already know we can't take down those wolves ourselves, and there's more where they came from. What about all the people still out on the highway?
Yeah, what about them? Think that people in a universe with this kind of shit going on would be able to suspend some disbelief. Florida, motherfucker. There you is. What's up, my dude?
Besides, Commander, Adel here's the guy I told you about yesterday. The one who wanted to sign up with us.
Is that right?
We'll take care of this.
It's
There.
Adel and Karja, right?
Damn. Yeah, it is a long day. It's like 10 o'clock for you, right? No, 11 o'clock. Jesus.
Hate to put you out, but we're gonna need you to rescue the townsfolk in our place.
Horrible.
Well, welcome home, man.
You're that
Kick
set
back
on
and
this.
crack open
Then
a beer.
let's make it quick.
Wait, it is, yeah, 10. 3 hours. I can't count.
Oh, right. Take this with you.
Heal potion.
Let me know if you run out, and I'll top you off. We'll come back you up once we're finished tending to the wounded. Best of luck to you.
Hopefully it was a good busy. Inventory. Okay. Gotcha. That's a big bad boy. Look at the snout on that thing. Power attacks indicated by red auras can be guarded while in duo mode. Fuck yes.
Found some already.
what's the big idea? Blocking the road.
I mean, I could have just ran around him. It was a teaching moment.
Don't you have any idea how vital today's negotiations are?
You do realize that they don't understand human speech, right, Dad? Anyway,
Be
I'm more worried
spectacled,
about
lad.
whether the others managed to get away safely. I can't put my finger on it, but something about these wolves gives me a bad feeling.
Hard to imagine feeling good about a wild animal attack, son. Anyone, man or beast, who gets in the way of our business is evil incarnate from head to toe. Once the militia gets here, I'll have these mutts turned into fur coats and sold for a profit.
True capitalist. Tell that kid is going to be a main character about how breathy he is. Well, what I do know is that the only two playable characters are Karja and Adal. So this is the newest game in a very, very long-running series. This is East 10, and it just came out on Friday. They're adventure RPGs. They started out a long time ago as being action RPGs with very little actual input, where you just like ram your character model into other character models. But it's become much more of a action combat RPG. And currently we were on our way to a specific region, which takes place in the fourth game in the series, or the third game in the series. So even though this is the 10th game, it's set in between East 2 and 3. Ramming characters and others, I could get into this.
Oh, folks from the militia.
But basically, we're on our way to the setting of the third game, and apparently this in the timeline it's like a side story off of that. We got to this island because the ship we were on was illegally traveling through the waters, and now we're just getting into the mysteries that are unfolding on this island. And the girl that's with the main character is a Viking princess, and we have been tied to her via a string of mana that has us in handcuffs with her. And eventually there's probably going to be a scene where we both need to shit at the same time. That's what I'm assuming. And as JC so aptly put it, one of them is going to shit in the upper deck and one's going to shit in the pot. So I hope that's enough to catch you up to speed a little bit. But out of these games, Ys 8 is one of my favorite RPGs ever put out. Definitely one of my favorite action RPGs. They play super good. It's more about the adventuring than it being overbearing, let's kill God style stories usually. Ys 8 was phenomenal. That's my favorite in the series so far. So I'm hoping this holds up to Ys 8. So far, it's been pretty good. The combat is fun. Not very challenging, even though I'm playing on hard. I think that'll change, though.
Incredible. Looks like I was right to think those wolves were out of the ordinary.
So far, the worst part about it has to be the English voice acting. I am on the verge of switching over to Japanese.
So much for those fur coats.
Priorities, Dad?
Shoot, good call.
And man, Color Theory, you weren't lying. That he is very breathy. Do Japanese.
How would you two like a job escorting us to our destination?
But then I would have to read. Okay, yeah. If you're down with reading subtitles, I'll actually try that out for a little bit.
I'm Romes of Carpent Trading, by the way.
Romes Carpent. You're that big money merchant from
name.
Karnak.
Wait, I can't read.
Well, what do you say? I can pay double the militia's rates if you get me to my business meeting on time.
Oh, you could have fooled me. I've seen you read multiple things. If you were just guessing what it said, you've done a pretty good job.
You bet your bottom G it is.
Tales? Not Trails, Tales. Symphonia. Abyss. And Destiny. Yeah, those would be my three favorites. Symphonia, Abyss, Destiny.
Cruz, hurry and draft up a contract!
No can do, Dad.
I do have Zillia 1 and 2, but I haven't played through either of them yet. Those have been on the back burner for a long time. I've heard those are alright. And I haven't had a chance. I haven't sat down and played through Tales of Phantasia, though I have wanted to.
Why not?
Because those wolves just now weren't the last of them. What about everybody who ran off ahead of us? Are you really so short-sighted that you'll throw away every scrap of trust the town has in you just to close a deal? Credibility is the most important commodity a merchant can have. It was you who taught me that.
Oh, way to go, me. I always did have a way with words. Oh.
This guy's a jag-off.
Well, that settles that. You're free to go help the others. We'll make the sensible choice and return to Karnak.
You sure are cool under pressure.
It's nothing special. I'm only doing what any reasonable person would.
Alright, I am curious though. Let's, what's it saying? Yeah, right, I already did that. I already figured that one out. Thanks, game.
I'm on it! I'm on it! I'm on it!
Already better. It's so apt. Yeah, I haven't played any of the Tales games in quite a while either. Even the ones I like, I haven't played in a while. Whoa. Take that. Taste the pain. Really? No, not even a resource up here to collect? You've got to be shitting me. Okay, now here's one. We got 3 of those, whatever they are. 6 lumbers in a clay pot. Hatted boy and violet-haired lad. It's gonna be trouble if the rumors are true. These things are immortal. What are we supposed to do? The only option is to use one of us as bait. Just kidding. Don't worry. I'm not that cold-blooded. Run as soon as I give you the signal. Wait, I never agreed to anything. Otto. Way better. We're saved. Way to go, you two. Name's Rafa. This little fellow's Ashley. Heard those things were unkillable. Was it that weird power of yours that did them in? It's called mana. That's what I thought. Except you don't look anything like a Norman. God, these racists. Can't say the same for her, though. Now's not the time to start picking nits. What are you doing out here, anyway? Just came out to pick some wild plants and stuff. Kid lives on his own. Apparently he does this every so often to earn some extra money for food. He's not short on guts, at least. I'm sure Rosa or the priest would have been happy to help if he'd asked them straight up. Oh, stuff it. Can't stand anybody from town, and that includes you, Rafe. You're the one who went on about there being a lot of beasts around these days before inviting yourself along. And thanks to that, you didn't walk straight into their stomachs. Would it kill you to be a little less prickly with me? I mean, you get along just fine with that little girl over at the lighthouse. Sometimes she gives me gifts and I return the favor. That's all. Aw, that's sweet. I do wonder if Sasha's alright, though. Good call. Better than waiting for more wolves together. Come on, Ashley, let's get to stepping. The boy named Ashley. You guys are, kind of just standing there. You're supposed to be going back to town. Use this lock-on system. Come on. Oh. Invisible walls. I hate invisible walls. Hopefully that's very limited to this opening mission. There was not a lot of that in East 8. You impertinent brutes! Don't you come any closer. Do you even realize who you're dealing with? Is there no one who will save me? My pleas are answered. Take that. Taste the pain. Oh my god. How sluggish can you be? You should have sprung to my aid the moment you spotted me. Excuse me? That's some nerve-taking attitude with the people who bailed you out. You're real gussied up. Doesn't seem like you're from around these parts, though. God, racism is just unending. Take a moment to cool off, man. You're right. Being ambushed by those creatures has me all a dither. Oh goodness, I truly am a pampered, spoiled thing, aren't I? What the hell is she mumbling about? My name is Milette. I'm a traveler passing through. Forgive my lapse in manners. As it happens, I have a request to make of one so capable as yourselves. You see, I'm rather eager to continue down this highway to the next town over. Those peculiar wolves litter the path ahead. Might I request that you dispatch them and ensure my safe passage? Hang on. You're not about to tell us there's even more people further up the road, are you? Not at all. There were no signs of anyone save for myself. Go back to town, you old bag. Take the path we came here on. The local militia will be there to protect you. It would seem there's no insisting otherwise. Very well. I shall do as you suggest. That scream. From the lighthouse, where I was trying to go. So it'd be a first. That's Pharos Lighthouse. Any vessel traversing these waters depends on it. I think the man who tends the place is living there with his kid. Now we can go there. Fucking him up. Is there nothing else over here? No treasure. Fast travel. Okay, nice. I am wondering though, this is kind of bugging me. I'm hoping there's a way to turn this off. Field. Off. Yes, okay, good. Hate it when it auto recorrects the camera. Makes it all jarring. There's no time to lose. Those girls are in danger. Hi, Kitty. Who are you two? Stay back. This won't take us long. Some enemies have a durability meter on top of their HP gauge. Such enemies cannot be damaged until their durability is depleted. Ow. Ow. Oh, we fucked him up. Thank you for coming to my rescue. Aren't you that same lad from Rooseveri's place? Oh, never mind that. I could really use your help right now. I should say so. The lighthouse has been overrun by beasts. Not only is my daughter still inside, but Rosaline too. She had merely come by to pick some flowers. The girl whose family runs the inn? Yes, the one Adel has a crush on. Make our way in. Whether they die or survive is up to them. Living is a choice, one those two have to make on their own. How very Norman of you. Enough talk, we probably want to hurry. Nice. This must be their living quarters. Doesn't seem like anyone's upstairs. Wager they fled through that door. It just quiets down the background music when we're indoors. Something on your mind? Well, kinda. An idea just came to me and I want to give it a whirl. Won't take long, so lend me your ear a sec. Oh nice, I do get to switch. Each has their own SP gauge. By swapping the controlled character at the right time, you can perform skills in succession. Does she have skills set? Ooh, okay. Nice. Okay, the switching mechanic actually works kind of well. Gold. That's a little different. It's going to take a while to get used to the switching. It's a little bit different. Nornir's spindle. Ancient treasure that spins a mysterious thread. Oh, treasure. Now use mana string. Oh, nice. Sweet. greasy little fucker. Gotcha, so it's as the attack lands that works. Okay. Ouch. My ass handed to me there. Why not? Lucky potato pie. HP regen, that should be good. Nice, classic outfit. Oh, I mean, come on. Come on. There's that DLC. Free DLC outfit. Alright, it's boss time. Yes, it's us. Yeah. Take that. Leave Rosalind alone and pick on someone your own size. I'm a pirate princess. I wish they'd let us remap the buttons, though. Vision of a new skill that draws on the duo's combined powers wells up through the shackles. Nice. Aw, shit. Yeah. Excuse me, I was blocking. Thank you very much. Wow. Ow. Yeah. Whoa. Thank you for the GGs. That beast was anything but normal. Oi! That doesn't need a translation. Oto-san!
サシュ、よかった。
よかった。
怪我はしていないか?
Not hurt, are you? Oh, daddy.
サシちゃん。アドル見てたぜ。お前たち本当にすげえんだな。
Awesome with a capital A.
なあガリバー団長、俺が言った通りだっただろ。あ
あ、不思議な力だけじゃない。若いのに剣も相当なも
Even
のだ。
without that strange power, his swordsmanship goes beyond his years. Someone shut that whiny brat up. Would have been better if that monster ate you. At least Dad could get some peace and quiet.
ジョーちゃんとも信じられないくらい。
He and the young lady were so in sync, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me.
娘たちが無事だったのは
Because you both, Rosalind and my little girl, came out unharmed.
本当にありがとう。
I can't possibly
軽い
thank you
怪我はあっ
enough.
たが、
The other travelers who are along the highway are fine as well, save for a few minor injuries.
カージャ改めて礼を言わせてくれ。
ありがとうございます。
グレン。
ローザ、お前街道に出てたんだな。
Didn't even realize you left town.
無事でよかったぜ。
Good thing you're okay though.
お前にまで何かあったら、おじさん
Don't
たち
think
が
your
悲
folks
しんじ
could
まう。
take it if something happened to you too.
アドル、ローザは幼馴染なんだ。
Alright, me and Rosa here have been friends since we were little, so you stay
俺
away
から
at
も礼
all.
を言わせてくれ。助けてくれて。
アドルさん、あの獣たちは一体。
Just what were those creatures?
そいつなんだが、我々もまだ整理ができていなくて
Something we're still trying to get a handle on ourselves.
とにかく
Let's hold off on it until we get back to Karnak.
町長に状況を説明して
It might be a good idea to
早急
fill
に
the
話し
mayor
合っ
in
た
on
方
the
が良さそう
situation
だ
and hash things out ASAP. Forcing me to fast travel, I take it. It's like a minor sprain. Want to keep it in place and avoid rigorous activity for about 3 days or so. Let's see. Thank you, Dr. Azrad. Man, we sure are lucky to have Dr. Rick Flair here to lighten the load. I know it's your hobby, Doc, but would it kill you to tell Miro where you're headed next time you go fishing? I'll consider it. What about the adults? How are they doing? Undead beast? Just how gullible do you think I am? Say what you will, but multiple people on the highway witnessed the very same thing. If that's not enough to convince you, just ask our heroes of the hour here. As a matter of fact, we've been getting a slew of peculiar beast reports these past several days. Group this incident up with them, and a lot of pieces start fitting together. The highway is safe again for the moment, courtesy of Adel and Karja here. But even if this case is under control, it doesn't mean we're in the clear. We plan to rise at the crack of dawn tomorrow and look into where these creatures are coming from. Very well, you do that. Adel and Karja, was it? As mayor of Karnak, allow me to express my gratitude. You've done us a great service. Yeah, whatever, you prick. Still, there's no one else aside from them who can deal with those fiends. Those two are travelers, practically children at that. I'll tell you this much, my men and I don't stand a chance. But the Balta Sea Force's Jarl might be a different story. Word is he has some kind of mystical power on hand. Grimson, eh? May place us even further in his debt, but we better meet with the man and inform him of this. Forgive the intrusion, Dr. Azrad. I'll be seeing myself out now. There are quite a few wounded to tend to, so I'd appreciate if you could remain in your clinic for the time being. Right, sure thing. I wasn't already gonna do that, you douchebag. Fucking overreaching mayor. Some mayor. Remind me to ask him how those Balta boots taste. Now, Gren, don't you start bad-mouthing him again. Sure, the mayor is struggling with more than we could ever hope to understand. In a Picard's eye, maybe. In any case, it's getting late. This likely won't be the last time we ask for your help at all. Expect to hear from us again tomorrow. Can I get back to you on that? Wait, you already have other plans? We're the ones asking the favor here, so it goes without saying that we'll work around your schedule. But if emergency does come up, there really isn't anyone else we can turn to. Gren, you take Rosalind and escort her home. I already let Renee and Corin know what happened, but you know how they like to worry. You got it, Commander. With that, we'll just be taking our leave. If you'll excuse us, Mirabelle. By all means, have a restful evening. This day can't end soon enough. Guess we better be on our way too. Adel, Karja, thank you for everything today. Hope you let me return the favor sometime. What does that mean? What does that mean? Alrighty then. That means that I'm ready for dinner. Let us see who is on. Who are we gonna go say hi to? Alright. Got our raid target. Thanks for hanging around, dudes, and checking out a bit more of a laid-back game than we have been playing. It's still very fun. I'd have to say that this intro is much slower than Ys 8. hopefully it picks up from here. I do already miss the freedom of exploration that East 8 had, but we'll see what happens once I get my own ship and stuff like that. I know that's going to kind of change things up too. But more of that next time. Have a good night, dudes. If there isn't a pooping together scene, I'll be pissed. Yeah.
We spent so long in this crazy place. Rarely
New outro.
ever have we been face to face. But it don't matter at the end of the day. Seems like lately things just go that way. I hope the time spent here was worth your while. I hope that in the end, when we're all gray and senile, the memories were made and that they don't fade. We may be countless miles or even oceans apart, glued together by the controllers, held close to our heart. We're all for life for now,
such a high
but
pitch.
the connection stays, at least for tonight, though we must now part ways. Take care, Florida's motherfucker. 225 and Nick Whiskey.
Hey, you got the first name
trails
drop.
to window pane, Leon Color Theory, and 1063. See you around the bend, Marvel Neck, King Swaggers, and Leviathan. Tip my hat to Boldazar, Jay Sam and Om Desjardins, waving goodbye to soul days, white smoking home hardware. So long, mom, love bug sheriff, Rocket Kevin, amazing lead bag gamer, adios to us, wolf, anti-snowman, and ravishing mad rude. To Enya's Blade, Deej, Clinton, Vay, and Meek, see goodbye my dudes, farewell to Gandalf Lundgren, Gus Brady Gaming and Skage Rock, toodles to Otto Doodles, Denim Blonde and Kinetic Onslaught, Hasta Luego to Vincent, Santa Wolf, Percussor, LSU, Stacker, Buenos, no Chiz, the soccer chick, Honest
Yeah,
Thomason,
that's the new emo Florida.
Howdy to Chains, Golden Mask, HT Cage, and John Claude Gunn, damn, I see you later, B Squared, Ice, Nasty, Mick, Fresh, Stars, and Emmy. Until next time, definitely not Jay, Joe Volder, the Flying Dutchman dies. And with that, I reckon we've reached the end of our goodbye. Maybe countless miles or even oceans apart, glued together by the controllers, held close to our heart. We're off for life from now, but the connection stays, at least for tonight, though we must now part ways. If you were mentioned here, it don't mean we don't want you around.
Toodles to Auto Doodle. Yeah, it's pretty good. I was running out of ways to say goodbye, too. It fit perfectly.
Partners is the most fun thing under the sun. But now that's all been said and done, I don't think I've forgotten anyone. Shit, well, maybe one. I guess there's 3 cats watching Top Gun. Let's include 3 cats watching Top Gun. If after 3 cats watching Top Gun, sure, why not 3 cats watching Top Gun? I guess 3 cats watching Top Gun. Let's include 3 cats watching Top Gun. If after 3 cats watching Top Gun, sure, why not 3 cats watching Top Gun? Countless miles or even oceans apart.
That's the best image.
By the controllers held close to our heart. We're all for life from now, but the connection stays, at least for tonight, though we must now part ways.
Have a great night, my
Guess
dudes.
there's 3 cats watching Top Gun. Let's include 3 cats watching Top Gun. If after 3 cats watching Top Gun, sure, why not 3 cats watching Top Gun?
Later, y'all.